My name is Kisha Lee. All my life I've been on a search for purpose. Once I found it, it became my mission to find others who feel that they are living their purpose in life in hopes to encourage others to do the same. This is Purpose TV. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I am honored to be interviewed by this beautiful young lady. Is this for your class project? For a class project?
First time at the Stella Awards. How did you feel?
First of all, I was extremely stoked. I was really happy, and I couldn't believe that I was there and that Robert gave me the opportunity to actually be there and put a mic in my hand to interview these people. I literally had to tell myself, Keisha, do not freak out. Calm down. I just go, Keisha, calm down. Do the interview. Calm down. Because I want to say, oh my God, I love you. That's what I really want to do. But you have to calm down. It's kind of like one of those things where you kind of like sink or swim type situations. And I realized I had a huge opportunity right now. I can't freak out. I can't get scared. Just stay level-headed and get it done. And so I had to get outside of my own feelings and do what needed to be done to make sure the interviews were good. But yeah, I was, oh my God, I was extremely starstruck that I had to pretend like I wasn't. Extremely, like Kurt Franklin, oh my God, Vicki Winans, Bobby Jones, Lee Williams. I would never forget, oh my gosh, I would never forget any of that. That was one of my best memories in life, I would say.
So what kind of obstacle course have you been through for a Black woman for like the Black history with dealing with other people?
Being a Black woman as a producer and director is, first of all, rare. It is very male dominated, and it is hard sometimes to be taken seriously. For me, because I'm doing my own stuff, like I'm not asking anybody to, help me out or anything, that made a big difference because it's my own project. I'm literally recording it. I'm editing it. Everything is me. Does it get exhausting? Oh my God. Yes. Do I want help? So bad. I so want help. But because I've done stuff on my own, I haven't had to deal with a lot of that.
Who taught you how to do like the music when they like talking or playing at the same time?
Henry Moore III. He taught me editing, and I can't even say that he taught me. I just observed what he was doing, and I learned. And he literally set it up that way for me, that I would learn how to do things on my own, because he did the same thing, and he didn't want anybody to think that he was helping me do my work. So he literally had me learn stuff on my own. It's a love or hate thing, and if you love it, oh my gosh, it's great. It's something about seeing something that you worked so hard at perfecting, and then you created it, from nothing to this thing, and it's something about that process for me that is amazing. I can't ever see myself not editing. Whether it's photos or video. I love editing.
Mother and single, how does it take you with your dog?
For one, I am so grateful that she is willing to help me. That helps me out a lot. But it was really, really rough as a single mom, especially prior to her being old enough and even having the desire to help me, because I wouldn't want to force her to do something that she don't want to do, and she showed a little interest, and I was like, yes, you know what I'm saying, I got some help, you know. But after, you know, before that, oh, it was rough because I would sit at the computer for hours editing all the time, and I realized that it was taking away from me being a mom. And she would see me, you know, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the camera because she's behind the camera. She would see me working all the time. You know, I would have a regular job, and sometimes I didn't. I was just full-time business, but either way, I was always working. And not too long ago, I had like this moment where I was like, I need to change some things because I'm not spending enough time with her being a mom. That's really one of the reasons why I'm backing off of client work, to deal with my projects. And also just I'm trying to just kind of decipher out my time, if that makes sense. I need time to be a mom. I need time to, you know, work my business, and I also have a full-time job. So all of those things, you have to just kind of be really conscious of your time and not be so engrossed in one thing that you forget about everything else. So really having to figure that part out. But yes, it is a really great thing that she's kind of in this. I mean, she does more art though, like drawing and stuff like that, but she is very interested in doing photography and videography, so that is a great help, you know, for me. So that's great. But she's seen how hard I work, and I just wanted to just make sure I didn't neglect her in the process. So
So what do you plan to practice to another level?
right now, literally in that process. I have a documentary series called A Day in the Life, where I'm literally following someone literally in a day in their life, but they have to be somebody that's living their purpose in life. And because I want people to see that there is a backstory. All they see is the end product or the end result or the concert, the show, whatever it is that they're doing. They don't see the prep work to get to that point. They don't see how sometimes it gets frustrating. Sometimes you just want to quit. You know, you just like, okay, this is, oh my God, I'm losing. Like, I want people to see that there's a process that gets up to the point that everybody sees. So that's where A Day in the Life kind of came in. I've done a lot of recordings. I backed off from the client work so that I can concentrate on that, because these recordings started in April of last year, and I've only been able to do one episode. And I'm like, okay, something needs to change. And so from that, as far as that, the documentary series, I do want it to get to a streaming platform like Netflix or Hulu or something like that. That's my ultimate goal with The Day in the Life. Doing documentary series that matter and that would bring about awareness and change and a different thought process. Like that's the next level that I want my company to go in. And of course the show. I would like to get to a point where, you know, I'm interviewing, people on that are famous. I would love to interview Michelle and Barack Obama, the Smiths, Will and Jada. I'd love to interview Oprah, but I feel it's just as important to interview people on a more local level as well. So that's why I'm starting there. I'm not trying to just go straight to, straight to the famous people. But everybody's story matters. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever their process is and everything. And if they are living their purpose, they have a story. Whether you live in your purpose or not, you have a story. But I want to point out the people who are living their purpose in life and just really hone in on their story. It's just really all to encourage people to just do it, and that they can live their purpose.
As a young black woman, what encouragement would you give me?
Turn for this. Listen, I need everybody to know, especially young black women, literally, there's nothing that you can't do. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard and not going to be a journey. But if you don't give up, you have to have a made-up mind. You have to say, this is what I'm going to do no matter what. And believe it or not, if you say, there's no other option. This is what I want. Focus in on it. I'm big on manifestation. I believe in it 100%. I've seen it happen. If you focus in on something, you manifest it. And one of the biggest things that people don't realize is that goes both ways. Meaning, if you focus on something negative, you're going to see more negative. If you focus on some stuff that is positive and encouraging, you're going to get that. The universe is like a big boomerang. Whatever you throw out into the universe, you get back. So you have to be mindful of our thoughts, our thought process. If you're always thinking negative, that's what you're going to see the most of. It's almost like an aura. You have to stay positive. You have to stay grateful. Whatever it is that you want to do, just literally hone in on that and be like, that's what I want to do. Like, and then you're young. Don't be afraid to, take chances, not anything that'll hurt you now. You know what I'm saying? I took a lot of chances, what I'm saying? And I don't regret not one of them. Not one. Because I would say, okay, I'm going to take this opportunity. It might work and it might not work. But guess what? Either way, it's okay. Don't be afraid to fail. It's okay. Don't be afraid to fall down, because you can just as well get back up. There's nothing wrong. The only thing when it comes down to failure is learning the lesson. Okay, what did I learn in this process? Okay, I learned this. All right, boom. Because if you don't learn the lessons in life, you will repeat them until you do get it. That's just kind of how it works. It is. I mean, but it's for our good. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't let fear be a determining factor for you. Never let fear. Fear is the enemy. It really, really is. I mean, even the Bible speaks about fear. It's nothing good in fear. Fear is an emotion. It's not real. Danger is real, all of that. But fear itself is not a real thing. It's an emotion. It's something that you feel. So when you understand that and you say, you know what, no matter what, I'm just going to do what it is that I just really want to do in life, you can conquer anything. But don't be hard on yourself if you fail at something. I mean, I done failed at a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And I'm okay with that. I really am, because I literally analyze, well, what happened to where it failed? Not this, oh, woe is me, pity party thing either. It's just like literally having a moment and saying, okay, so why did this fail? What could I have done differently? What did I need to learn here? And then go back and do it a different way. Okay? It didn't work this way, but I'm gonna try this way. See if that works. And then always know that everyone has an inner guidance system. It's in us. And a lot of people, I think, sometimes look outside of ourselves for answers when all the answers are inside of ourselves. I am huge on meditation. I believe in going inside, emptying your mind so you can hear what God has to say to you and guide you in the right direction. No matter what, anytime I've listened to that, it's never steered me wrong. It's when I listen sometimes to my heart and not my head, my emotions and not my inner guidance is when I mess up the most. So it's definitely a process, but never give up. Just never give up on your dreams. And think about one more thing. Think about the consequences of your actions. So if it's something that you want to do and you say, okay, well, if I do this, like literally have a moment. If I do this, what could happen? This, and this. Are you willing to take that risk? If you're willing to take the risk, then hey. So if it goes bad, then well, I knew that was a risk. And then if it works, and you're like, okay, it worked, yay, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You kind of go from there. Always grow, always evolve. There's nothing wrong with change. And I'm gonna stop there. I will be all day. You're sure there's nothing else that you wanna ask? Anything else you want?
I'm proud. I'm proud because she's doing this.
Yeah.
And this is a big stepping stone.
Yeah.
For her. And to actually give this enormous project in the 5th grade, right, to a class. I mean, she's doing something that senior high students would do.
Right.
And you know, she's doing it elementary, so I mean, it's a whole lot
That's-
behind it.
Yeah.
So,
That is huge. And I'm just honored to be a part of the project. Thank you.
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
Bye.